Hi everybody. Okay, this is the case I'm really into right now, and so I might get a little heated today. I might raise my voice. I might say some stuff. So this is why I put it not for kids, for adults only. Okay, because there might be some cursing involved here. I'm gonna try to not do that, but also I can't help how I feel. So you've been forewarned. Okay, so this is day two, and everybody is calling it either a did she do it or is it a cover up? Okay, I have said from before the trial even started that stuff started to seem a little bit awry, fishy, off, whatever language you want to use. But I was trying to keep an open mind and let the trial and the evidence come in, and I would make an opinion after the evidence. Okay, day one, I said, okay, well, there's something wrong with the evidence already because they said that somebody, Jennifer McCabe, uh, looked up on Google how long to freeze in the cold. Okay. Um, so that's suspect, right? Okay, that's one piece of it. The other piece is when. When did she do this? Okay, well, there's was supposed to be evidence she did it at like 2:30 in the morning. Okay, well, now the evidence shows that she uh, completed the Google search at 12:30 or something, 12 something. Okay, so there's a 2 hour gap there. Okay, so you wonder why. Okay, keep that in mind. That's day one. Okay, day two. This is today. Okay, we start off with the cross examination of the officer that was on the stand previously. Uh, and let me tell you, I saw this with my own eyes. Okay, they have documentation, of course. Okay, because you're supposed to refer to the documentation when you ask questions. Okay, well, this is my hand, right? Hands, right? Okay. I don't really have a piece of paper per se, but okay, I'll use this thing of stickers. Okay, kind of small, but not exactly the same as a stack of papers or a paper. But okay, so the guy has the papers in his hand, the witness, the officer. Okay, when he's looking at the evidence to read it off of it, his hand is shaking to where the thing is paper shaking in his hand. I mean, it's visible. You can see the paper shaking in his hand. Okay, so all right. Next question: why is his hand shaking? Is he nervous? Okay, well, you could say, yeah, maybe because he's testifying in court. But here's the difference with this one. He's testified in court multiple times. Multiple. Okay? So that means that he should be kind of a veteran at it. So why are you shaking? Why is the going like this? Okay? I have a theory. He's lying through his teeth. Okay, okay, theory. It's proven by the testimony because his testimony, okay, to back up slightly, they had to testify to the grand jury before any of this happened. His story changed from then till now. Okay, so you say, okay, maybe some time has passed, maybe, whatever. Okay? Yes and no. All right? Because his story changed 4 times today alone. 4 times. And also, they asked him about something that happened yesterday, and he said, I don't know. I don't recall that. What? How can you not recall something 24 hours ago? Okay, so then they want to say that she didn't care about him and that she just left him in the snow to die. The boyfriend, right? Okay. However, let's see. Well, she was in the ambulance or whatever, and asking, is he going to live? Is he going to live? Is he going to live? Multiple times. Okay. And more volume and more, hysterical like. All right. That's piece number one. Piece number two. He said in the testimony that she was distraught. Now, okay, I'm going to go back to my body language, somewhat expertise. All right. All right. When also just plain language, distraught means in distress and worried and whatever. Okay. Um, okay. So then if somebody's distraught, that kind of means they care about the person they're talking about, right? Right? Okay. So then you would say, okay, well, maybe she's just putting it on to look better, to appear like she cares, right? No, 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 no. Okay, put that out of your head because he changed his testimony again and said that she wasn't distraught, she was severely distraught. So he's now upped the intensity of the distraught. Ah, and then, okay, so they go on to the next officer, and his testimony changed at least twice. And then they had on a firefighter paramedic. Apparently, this is a very small town in Massachusetts, so people can have multiple jobs, right? Okay, well, let's talk about the way he's dressed because it's important. First of all, okay, there's another thing I have to bring up because it's valid, okay? They made it seem like the snowstorm of the century, and it was like a dusting. Okay, number one. Number two, these people are trying to say that he was adequate, adequately dressed for the conditions. No. If you consider a person with no one shoe, missing a shoe, adequate dressing, I don't think so. Okay, then let's talk about the dressing a little bit further. The how he was, what he was wearing. Okay, according to the paramedic, who is the person who comes on scene to check if you're alive and then render you medical aid, he said he was wearing a parka, like one of those big puffy jackets. Puffy, okay, meaning warm. Okay, so how is it possible that he unalived in the manner that they're saying if he had a puffy jacket? Now I know that there are different ways of unaliving. However, it's just everything doesn't fit. Do you understand what I'm saying here? The evidence doesn't fit into anything they're trying to say. Okay, so all arrows point to cover up. And I said it before the trial started, but I said I try to keep an open mind. But if I had to count how many times these people's stories have changed, it's astronomical. And the reason it matters is because, number one, people shouldn't cover for other people if they're guilty, number one. But also, an innocent woman, assuming she's innocent, and everything comes to pass, that everything is the way it's looking now, an innocent person should not be in jail at all. Okay? No wonder people had signs and free Karen Reed for weeks. Because if the testimony had been, here's another question. If the testimony had been different before the grand jury, do you think that this case would ever have gone to trial? Just ponder that one for a minute. Honestly, do you think it would go to trial? I think the majority of my audience and just people, lay people, would say no, it better not go to trial if the evidence is like that. But that's not what they presented. And that's not what they're presenting here. I I understand stick up for your brotherhood. I do. But there are lines, you know, clear lines. Okay, I'm done now. Sorry for the yelling. Sorry if there were cursing, but I can't with this people. I can't. There's not going to be any trial tomorrow. I don't know why. And then Thursday is half day, so um, yeah, I'll be back on Thursday, and for that, I might think of another angle, although I don't really see anymore, because I think what the state is trying to do is trying to put as many witnesses on the stand so that the jury seems like thinks like they have a lot of witnesses. They must have a good case. Not so. Not so. Um. So yeah. All right. Check back on Thursday for that. Okay. Bye, everybody.